when it has to do with marriage, a lot of us were usually very sanctimonious. We don't want to talk about it. We try to, shift away from the reality somewhat, right? So, officially welcome you to the Resourceful Woman Show. I'm Dr. TIMI-WOOD, and I will literally be midwifing this process. So, I told you on the show, you must have a pen, you must have your writing material, because this is literally a school where you come every week to learn for free. You should be paying top dollars for all the information and knowledge you're having here, because we're getting messages of how transformational this show is, and we're super grateful to you. Now, before we begin, let me share the number. So when you want to call, you have the number to call. So the number is 090 60002420, 09060002420. Remember, we're live on social media, so follow us at Dr. TIMI-WOOD. We're live. Then call the number 080 54554123. 080-5455-4123. Now, are you ready to hear what we want to talk about today? Today we want to talk about power. Power dynamics in marriages. We don't talk about it. We're so used to hearing the man is the head of the family. The man is the one that leads the family. And we have some generation of women that are like, I don't like it. There are some people that don't even know how they feel about it. So really, let's talk about it. Who really has the power in your marriage? It's great that we personalize it, because a lot of times we like talking about other people's experiences, other people's marriages. So when we personalize it, it gives us the opportunity to look inward. Who really has the power in your marriage? Is it the spouse that earns more? So is it like, it's my husband that has the final say? He's the one that brings the money. But is it the person that is louder? Like when you're having a conversation with your spouse, the one that shouts more, say, no, I will not agree. This. So everything panders towards that one. Or is it the person that, loves more, or the one that loves less? Really, what is the power dynamics in your marriage? Who really influences your marriage? The trajectory of your marriage, your marital journey. Because a lot of times there are people that have experienced broken relationships, broken marriages, and when they sit back and think, they wonder, maybe I would have managed the situation differently. Maybe there are certain things I would have done that would have not made, the relationship end up this way. There are people that even in, unlovable relationships, and they feel like, they feel helpless. As a coach, I'm privileged to coach, thousands of couples. And you see some people just say they are helpless. And there's nothing interesting when a human being feels helpless. So let's talk about power. Let's talk about the power dynamics in marriages. So it's important that we look inward, because a lot of times when we talk about marriages, all we're talking about is love. True or false? I'm looking at you people on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I want to see it on the comment section. It's usually when we talk about marriage, it's usually love, sacrifice, how many years we've been together, the number of children, anniversaries, photo shoots. Some people look at you that people are in love. But really, the day-to-day marital experiences, because that they really do not know how to navigate. Hello. Good day. I'm doing well. Okay. What's your name? Okay. The most important thing in marriage is vice versa. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. What's your name, sir? I didn't hear your name, sir. All right. Great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. He simplified it. He said there's no need for the power dynamics. He literally said, Madam, understand your husband. Oga, understand your wife. And what he said it's awkward. I love the fact that he used the awkward. Interesting. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Being called Lord. Okay. Mm. 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 So what profession exactly? What profession even calls people Lord? Let's start from there. Thank you for your thoughts, because what he said is actually very pivotal. I love that he said it's both ways. You can say the man is the one that has the in charge of the power dynamics. You can say the woman is in charge, and it's true. But even before that, I need us to understand what power really is. Hello. Hi, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hi. Thank you. What's your thoughts, please? Power should be given to your gender. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're sharing how many is it 60 40 70 30? How are you sharing it? Oh, you want 70-30? Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay. Abby? Abby? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your thoughts. So our caller says, and she's an amazing caller, by the way. Our caller says the power, let us even share it. Instead of asking who has the power. The earlier two callers have said it's the man and the woman. Hello. Hi. Good evening. Good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, Mr. John, what's your thoughts regarding our topic today? Yes. Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Whoever is dragging the power, the love will overshadow it. Interesting. Thank you so much. I love that. Our last two callers, Comrade Debbie says, you know what? Everybody's going to have a piece of the cake. If power is a cake, give the men 70% of the cake, give women 30% of the cake. And the last caller just said, hello, somebody's calling. And the last caller just said, you know what? Love can cover this thing. We don't even need to drag who has power, who doesn't have power. Like, let's just love each other and it will be fine. But here's what I want us to do to understand as we go further in this conversation, that power is influence. Because a lot of times when we think about power, we think of something strong. We don't think about what it is in practicality. So when it has to do with power dynamics in marriage, it's about who influences the marriage more. Who influences your marital decisions? Who influences where you stay? Who influences the name of your children? Who influences the education of your children? Hello. Good evening, sir. Your name and where are you calling us from, please? Your what, sir? Different. Okay, good evening. So what's your thoughts, sir? Mm. Mm. It's about what? Love. Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. Interesting. Mm. So people should be honest. People should be honest in their dealings. Oh. 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 So this speaker is super passionate about it. I mean, he's saying that if you know you're not serious, stop going to cleave to another person that is serious. Like, look for your partner that is not serious, so that both of you will deceive each other. You know, he's looking at it that is even from the beginning. Before we're even looking at power dynamics, let's look at the beginning. You see a serious woman going to marry serious man. There, he has a grouse with broken homes. He doesn't want any marriage, you know, to get broken, and he believes strongly in the power of love. And he clarified, he said, not carnal love, not the kind of love the world preaches, but Christian love, you know, and that's what he's preaching. And like I was saying before he called, I said power is influence. Who makes the decision? And power is not always loud. It's very important that we know that. Hello. Hello. Did we lose the person? Hi, good evening. Your name and where you calling from, please? Hi, John. So what's your thoughts? Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. Yeah, would sort the issues. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. That's interesting. I appreciate your perspective. You know, that's beautiful. I love that our caller. You know what's interesting? We have such self-aware and intelligent callers. I must applaud our callers. Like, thank you so much. I mean, it's beautiful to see that we're so self-aware and we know the right thing to do. So the question then is that if we know the right thing to do, why is it that a lot of people, hello, good evening, sir. Your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, sir. What's your thoughts? Okay. Okay. Mm. 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 Okay. Mm. Okay. Mm. Okay. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you so much for calling. You know, I love that we are now being introspective. We're looking inwards and saying what is wrong. Because I mean, this wasn't the kind of marriage we aspire to have when we grow up. So we're looking at society and saying something is wrong. And our last caller said, come on, I think Z-World is the culprit. I think the kind of movies we watch, I think greed, being competitive, looking at people's screen grabbed version of their life, screen saver highlights of their life, and want to bring that power dynamics into the marriage. And it is true. But even though we know that is the truth, in our reality, we know that there's power dynamics at play. So the idea is not to wish that it doesn't exist or to pretend that it doesn't exist. It's to get more knowledgeable and know how to, go through the process so that it doesn't ruin our marriages. So I would just tell you some types of power dynamics in a marriage so that you understand. At the end of the show, you could sit down with yourself and say, what kind of power dynamics is at play in my marriage? What do I do to navigate it? Am I the culprit? Is my spouse the culprit? What can we do together to ensure that our marriage becomes blissful? Remember, the essence of the Resourceful Woman Show is to equip you to navigate life intelligently, to use wisdom at your disposal to live a very blissful, flourishing, and resourceful life. Right? So one of the most experienced kind of power dynamics we see in most marriages in society is the financial power, where the person that makes the decision is the one that has more money. So it's just as though if you don't have money, you don't have sense. We've just equated it that how dare you make suggestion, you don't have sense. Because the proof of your sense is money. So you see how it's ruining our society and ruining our marriages. So you see people, and you see three people discussing, and you see someone comes in, and immediately people pander to the one that is seen to be more financially buoyant. It's assumed that when you are more financially buoyant, you have more sense. There's more wisdom embedded in you. That is why we have so much wrong and ills in society. We see young people in universities not ready to read. The next thing they are thinking is to do advanced fee fraud. We see young girls literally walking naked on our roads, looking for a susceptible man that doesn't know his house address, that will tell them, hello, come, because they want to get money from him. We see people doing sharp practices to make money because we've built a world around the power of money. Then there's also emotional power in marriages, where the woman knows that my husband loves me so much, so if I frown for him 2 days, he will come and beg. Me, I don't even want this marriage, so nobody should stress me. So you use that to stress, drain your spouse, not knowing that you're ruining your marriage. And let's also explore personality power. The truth is, we all have different kinds of personality. There's some people that are naturally chill. There's nothing you would do. Hello. There's nothing you would do that would make them, become upbeat, right? And we also have dependency power. And I see that working against a lot of women. You see women caught in domestic violence and they don't have anywhere to go to. They can't call for help because this person meting out this violence to them is the one in charge of their next meal. So today, as you sit down, I want you to know that at the core, we don't even need power dynamics in our marriage. But because that is the reality we face, ask yourself, what do I do to create a level playing ground for me and my spouse? How do we invest more in love instead of who has the upper hand, who makes the best decision, who should say yes and their yes should be law, who should always feel unheard, unloved? Because the more you do that, the more resentment grows in your marriage, the more chances of your marriage breaking up. And if there's one thing that unifies everybody that has called on this show, is the fact that everybody is frowning at how easy marriages are packing up these days. So I want to leave you with that thought. Next week when we meet, I have another juicy topic for you. I want to say thank you, hugs and blue kisses to everybody that called in today. Next week, come on, we want more calls because your calls, your opinion, it made the show richer. I'm Dr. TIMI-WOOD, and it's been my utmost pleasure to share this topic with you. I'll see you again next week.